Obscening from our channel, so how AG politics up. But Castle we are trendy up. Make we speak headlines in the Ǎnɖr. Now it be a sumo. Need me a proxy, Mr. Say, young political habits. Did them in your asset to a brana. Onia, lawyer Martin Kpebu, above a year can Ofori Atta, a lengthy a year, and the crime on 2 a year, a good Trica, any Aka, say, court said, young fat a year, a good Trica, and was there. Ghana won't ever pure pa. Yɛbɛhwɛ na wo ID pa ama mu de abutrika akɔ abra yɛn so ehia ɛyɛ ken Ofori Atta wakyerɛ sɛ yɛn sɔre enyina na yɛn ti intensikɔkɔ engu ɛyɛ Ghana aban so sɛ de bɛyɛ ɔno nso ebitimi di nanu atum na ade na obedi yɛ ken Ofori Atta no ɔmo de no ayɛ de aba Ghana hase ansa na yɛde ɛyɛ abutrika so ayɛ de akɔ Onia or Jemre Abra or can Semusi or a 3 so. Let's also see a moon room in ever.
Number 2, Trica and this and Daniel Yusuf. Trica and Daniel Yusuf. Ghanaians, are we going to sit for this government to take them to the US, extradite them? We should get involved. They are not bringing Ofori Atta. They are not bringing Ofori Atta. So these guys are our bargaining chip.
Lawyer Kpebu, thank you very much. And you are the only one dressed in Ghana colors because you've not lost hope.
Yes.
Well, there are many people who have been heartbroken. But
yeah, heartbroken. Yeah, fair weather friend. You should still come out in the colors.
Kofi Beto.
Fair weather friend. Last week you were in the JC. But you have to physically demonstrate it on the face of it. Prima facie.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me. I beg, me my 30 seconds.
Quickly.
31 years ago, a certain woman decided that she would marry me.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Hey,
wow, congrats.
Today is my wife's birthday, so happy birthday. This
wonderful.
Taking care of me for 30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
Well
30
done.
years. And I owe a lot to her. In fact, if you see me in court with her struggling over everything, I say it today, she should win.
That's all.
Happy birthday, Cecilia. You are amazing. And
wonderful.
God bless you. And see, please, this thing that he's talking about, it has gone to the courts. That matter, somebody has sued in court that paying 30% of the District Assembly Common 3% is unlawful. If it didn't go to court at all, the law on District Assembly Common Fund is clear. It is not supposed to go anywhere. They created that thing we are calling, other kinds of
monetary and evaluation.
It is immoral.
Yeah.
It is unlawful. Even if the court says so, this is bad law.
We will not allow.
It should stop. Oh, you can't say you're not allowed.
Oh,
in the Constitutional Republic,
the judges say Ghanaians don't understand. If Ghanaians understood, but now this country will be
an issue
in
clearly.
And as for Black Stars, see.
No, we'll deal with that.
Disappointment is related to expectation. So we are fine.
Disappointment is related to expectation. So it appears that that we've developed some tough skin for this, but there are many people who have. So we'll spend just some time later on the show to deal with this Black Stars heartbreak and disappointment. But just 23 minutes to the top of the hour, as we're just talking about what has happened in South Africa, the killing of this Ghanaian, unfortunate development there. And the ambassador, the High Commissioner to South Africa is joining us on Zoom. Before we get into this particular issue, the killing of this Ghanaian, Excellency, quick one. What's the situation now as we speak? After June 30th, do you still have the protest happening and Ghanaians are still living in fear?
Thank you very much. As we speak, there's another demonstration that is currently ongoing in Pretoria, the capital. People have still not been able to open their shops or their businesses. Not only as many other African countries have kept their citizens from opening their shops and businesses. And we're told by the demonstrators that they're going to do this every Thursday. And we were surprised that today, from nowhere, we were just notified that they were going to demonstrate again in a part of Pretoria that is right around its central business district.
Can I dash quickly?
I see. Okay. So there are protests happening, and what about the police? What are they saying about this expression of fear, and then also that constant, the agitation that, in fact, people have had to deal with over the past few days after the June 30 date, the deadline that was given?
I think on June 30th, because all of us decided to hold the government of South Africa accountable, there was a deployment of a very large force of police and other security services. But obviously, now that that major demonstration on June 30th has passed, we don't see the presence of police like they were deployed on that day, which is concerning because once the police withdraw and allow the demonstrators to go ahead and do their protests, it always ends up not in a very good fashion. And so we believe that we would still call on the South African government to ensure that the police are deployed to protect life and property of everyone that finds him or herself in the shores of South Africa.
Well, hearing the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, speak to international media, he says, well, he didn't find anything wrong with what happened. It's just the people expressing their rights. But he didn't speak about the looting and the beating and the killing that happened on that day. How did that get to you?
Well, President Ramaphosa, over the years and over the months, especially in the lead up to these demonstrations, have indicated that the laws of South Africa frowns upon such demonstrations. In fact, he has indicated on countless occasions that it is not the responsibility of any single individual to just take the laws into their own hands, stop individuals on the road, ask them for their documentations. But unfortunately, right after the president speaks, these demonstrators also come up and say that, no, this is what they intend doing and they'll continue doing it. So against the president's instructions, you see them still going on the street, still chasing people from their homes, still asking people for documents, and they claiming to verify it. Verifications that honestly we believe that they have no knowledge about. So it's one thing what the president says, and it's one thing what the demonstrators and the whole country looks on when these people are committing such acts.
Now let's go into this rather unfortunate incident, this development of the killing of this Ghanaian. There are two different accounts given by the Foreign Affairs Ministry, and I would presume that obviously you're the one who gave them that correspondence. And then the South Africa Police Service, that's SAPS, they're giving the name of this Ghanaian who was murdered as Kwabena Boaging. That's number one. Two, they say he's 35 years old. Three, they say this incident happened on Monday, June 29. And four, that it has nothing to do with xenophobic attacks. It's an extortion-related crime. So those are the five issues I highlight. And in fact, the sixth one is the location where this happened. They say it happened at Nyanga, right? And I'm taking out these sticky points and putting alongside what you gave to the Foreign Affairs Ministry, that this happened at Kailicha, Cape Town. That's number one. You give the name of the deceased as Bashiru Ishak. They say is Kwabena Boaging. Whose report should we believe? What's going on?
Thank you very much. Alfred, when you look at the reports from the police, I
can hear you.
Okay, very well. Alfred, when you look at the report from the police, there's a case number that the police gave, CAS 65906-2026. And the nature of the case is murder. And then they give the name of the deceased as Mr. Kwabena Boaging, 35 years old. That's not true. The name of the deceased, as you've mentioned, is Bashiru Isaka. When the police issued the statement, the High Commission was compelled because we were not there. The murder happened in a town within Kailicha in the Cape Town metropolitan area. So the Nyanga that they are speaking about, it is within the Kailicha precinct. So it's the same thing between Kailicha or Nyanga. It's the same environs that the incident happened at. But when we spoke to them, they gave us a name of Kwabena Boahin, and we realized that it was not the case. Based on the information we had, we knew that the name was Bashiru Isaac. We had a contention with them for them back, and they said we should do a positive identification of our late comrade. After we did that, they now confirmed to us that indeed they got the name wrong and that the name should be Bashiru Isaac. Mind you, in the case number that they gave us and in the case file, what we read still, they've not even corrected the name to the name that we have given them, that this is the right name of the deceased. We're hoping that in the days to come, they will be able to do that. Secondly, when the murder happened, because the High Commission is in Pretoria, we had to quickly send through officers to be able to glean and tell us what exactly was the situation. If you know Cape Town very well, it's an area that every Ghanaian that stays there, they are always reserved because murders and a lot of bad things happen to them in Cape Town. So we found it very difficult even locating Ghanaians within that precinct to be able to give us any information. So we decided to rather go to the police because the Ghanaians that we expected to give us the information were telling us categorically clear that they are even scared to come up with the information that we are seeking to get from them. Fortunately, the gentleman, the deceased, was working with one Zimbabwean. The two of them were in the shop when the incidents happened. We told that that gentleman we are looking for currently to become a state witness in the whole case. He has also absconded. He's not made himself available. We've tried reaching him, and he's told us that if he comes to testify, he knows that his life will be in danger. But the lawyers from the High Commission are working hard with the courts in South Africa so that he can be put under witness protection for him to be able to collaborate the story of what happened on that very day. So, Alfred, yes, it's true that the name, they got it wrong. The venue, what we gave and what they are giving is the same place to talk about. Now, on the day that the incidents happened, when we got information about the incidents, based on the police correspondent that we have, that is what gave us the date that we transmitted to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now, they came back to us in a very nice way and said, no, based on the forensics that we did, the murder didn't occur on 30th, it did occur on the 29th. So we said, give us a copy of the autopsy report. Give us a copy of the case file that you have so that we can also be able to collaborate the date that is 29th as against the 30th that we had the information and which we were told by those we sent to the area to go verify what actually happened. As I speak now, they've not given us any of those. They've indicated to us that they will be sending it directly to our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which for us is strange because we are here. We demand a copy of the autopsy report because remember, when these incidents happened, they never conducted any autopsy until the Minister of Foreign Affairs specifically asked us that we should go there and insist on an autopsy being performed. After they got the name to be a Muslim name, they used that to say, oh, we think Muslims do not do autopsy. And we said, hold on, let's confirm from our main ministry in Accra. And the Honorable Minister said, no, let's have a special call with the family of the late in Ghana and ask them if per their Muslim tradition, they would allow us to do the autopsy. They gave us the green light. We've done the autopsy. And as we speak, they've not given us copies of the autopsy. So the contention of the day is still there, but we want to put on record that the crime as we speak has been committed. The gentleman was murdered in cold blood, and from witness accounts that we have had, including the Zimbabwean who was in the shop, indicates that it was not only a case of extortion, it was a case of both people coming into the shop and telling them that do not work in this country. You are foreigners. Leave the country as we have been asked to leave the country. And they then went ahead, 9 of them, 9 young men entering into the shop. In case of extortion, we are told that they come 1 or 2 or 3 of them. But this one, 9 of them into the shop. If it is not about this justice for everybody coming up and saying that foreigners should leave the country, we don't believe that this is going to happen. So the police cannot run away from that fact. Until we get the autopsy report that we are demanding from, we still maintain the information that we gave to the ministry is the information we got firsthand from South Africa.
So a number of things I picked from what you have said. That one, the South African police have admitted that they got the name of the deceased wrong. They admitted that.
Correct.
But yet they haven't changed in any of their correspondence. I see. But have you pointed out that to them? What are they saying?
Yes, we have indicated that to them, and they tell us that they are working on changing the documents and the statements that they issued. The statement they issued was in a rush. It was just a statement to quickly react to whatever our ministry has put out there. But it was very important that our ministry put out those facts there. If not, we wouldn't be where we are. Why do I say this? In October 2025, in October, when I took over as the High Commissioner, just some few days after, a gentleman by name Samuel Asante, a Ghanaian, was killed in the same vicinity in October last year. Now, in February this year as well, another Ghanaian by name Michael Odro was also killed in the same vicinity. Anytime we raise issues through the International Department for International Relationships, nothing is done. So if we had also kept quiet about this particular murder, this distasteful acts of murdering citizens, especially of Ghana. This is the 3rd Ghanaian that has that. And they've brushed all aside. They do nothing about it. So I think that it was against this backdrop that the minister felt that, no, we need to speak about it and get them to react and do what is necessary. So I believe that in one way or the other, we've gotten them to now admit that these 3 murders that have happened are in no way going to be left off the hook. They are going to investigate it and ensure that justice is sought for the Ghanaians who have lost their lives in this area.
So this is quite troubling. So you say last year, October, a Ghanaian was killed in this same area?
Yes. Yes.
And February
by name,
this year?
Samuel Asante, yes.
Samuel Asante?
Yes.
And February this year, another Ghanaian was killed?
Michael Odro was also killed in the same vicinity. All in the name of what the police want us to believe. The narrative that they feel is right for them to use is that they were killed because they didn't pay protection fees. The protection fee is what these who...
Sorry, unfortunate, sorry. The High Commissioner's connection is off. We will try to reconnect with him again. But Kofi Bento is in studio. Mr. Bento, I mean, hearing this is, I mean, we're just even talking about this incident. Apparently, there's been previous incidents of Ghanaians being killed. In October last year, February this year, this has happened. For what? Failing to pay fees. What's the punishment?
They say for failing to pay the protection fee. So, South Africa has a very terrible crime problem. I mean, it's well known, murders and all those other things. So it's possible that there was this protection fee racket going on. But in this time when you can see that there is a lot of xenophobia, the blacks are chasing people around, you can't tell whether it's protection fee or it's just xenophobia. And
yes,
you look at this recent murder, for instance.
We and some of the team channel, so I'm not so that's an about Indian media.